What's up YouTube? Capital G here. I've got a brilliant play for you guys to check out. Something that is 100%, 200, maybe even 2000 IQ. You guys know I watch hundreds of duels every single week. Why have I never seen this before? Anyways, let's go ahead and roll this. We got Buster Blader down at the bottom. Then we have, well, let's just call it Yuma's Automatopoeia deck at the top. And he's going to go for an interesting play turn one. I mean, we've seen these Automatopoeia cards. Well, excuse me. Yeah, in his first turn, it's going to be an interesting play. For some reason, I was thinking he was going first, and it was going to be turn 0. But he's going to go for, a rank 6 here, and that would be Utopia Beyond. Now, I like this card personally. I think it's a super strong card, but it's not a card that's strong if your opponent doesn't have any monsters on field. There are certain cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That just aren't, they can't reach their maximum potential if your opponent hasn't committed to the board, because like this card reduces all their monsters to 0. So if your opponent has a bunch of monsters on field, you make them all 0, and then it's kind of like attacking them directly as you destroy those monsters in battle. So yeah, it's not a good card to go into, just kind of all willy-nilly like that. Anyways, Buster Blader player is going to take advantage by, well, he didn't die, so he's taking advantage of summoning Buster Dragon. He is going to summon this card about 5 times in this turn. Same thing can be said for the Buster Dragon, or, excuse me, Buster Blader. Now, he's not going to go for all the Halifax shenanigans. By the way, second time Buster Dragon is summoned. I think we're going to get more than that. He's going to go for one of my favorite synchro monsters. That would be Hot Red Dragon Archene Abyss. One more time for Buster Dragon and Buster Blader. I mean, how many times, by this point that how many times do you see the same synchro monster summoned 3 times in a turn? I mean, that is just absolutely, that's phenomenal. Anyways, he's going to move on. And he is going to reborn one of his little tuners, one of the little destruction Buster Blader cards from the graveyard. He will summon that later, or at least equip it later. And then he's going to finish his turn off with Stardust Dragon. That could have been any level 8. I guess he could have gone for something different, but why not just have protection from destruction-based effects? And then speaking of destruction, he will also summon the Fusion Buster Blader Destruction Swordsman. So definitely a super OP turn, but it's going to get more OP. And it's going to get a lot smarter. You could think, Kappa G, this don't even mean nothing because he already got the Dark Ruler no more. Watch the 200 IQ play that he's going to use to counter this. His opponent is going to throw out the Dark Ruler no more, which is a card that does not allow your opponent to respond directly with monster effects. Technically, neither player can actually do that. The player who activates Dark Ruler, they can't, and the opponent of that player. But he activates Prologue from the graveyard. So this is something like, I don't know, I haven't seen this. What he's going to do is he's going to use a Speller Trap, and he's going to activate that card. Then he can respond to that card with a monster effect. So technically, he can use Hot Red Dragon Archene Abyss off of the Prologue's effect, and he can negate the Dark Ruler no more. 200 IQ, we need to see this way more in Yu-Gi-Oh! He's going to use that effect, he's going to negate it. Then he'll activate even more effects, lock his opponent out of the extra deck because, I mean, why not? Honestly, I don't really know what he could have done to, like, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways. All his monsters are dragons. They have to shift to defense mode, and they have no effects, so, like, was it even necessary? But it's not done yet. He's going to go for Formula Synchron. He's going to draw a card, and he says, Kappa G, this is just for the flex. We're going to summon that Satellite Warrior during our opponent's turn, and we're going to nuke their board as well. You guys know it's a wrap at this point. His opponent only has 2,400 life points. Basically anything could kill him. Okay, just stop. This is all unnecessary. Just freaking attack the guy. He's already dead. And wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Did he troll? I totally forgot this was a tag duel. Did he actually troll? Could this be the Orcus 200 IQ comeback of the world? No. It's not going to be. I'm so used to tag duels where you have to, what's it called? Tag duels, usually both players share life points, but in this tag duel, the life points are separate. Okay, so he almost trolled that, but thank goodness he did not throw away the duel, and looks like he single-handedly beat both players. I don't know if this was a tag duel because his tag partner never did anything. I don't know if the tag partner exists or not, but this is just a very difficult board to break. Anyways, our second duel is well, it's not going to have that type of play, but there will probably be a Halifibrak summon because that's basically in every duel. It's Metaphys versus Crusadia. It's I think this is the go first Crusadia because that's generally the build that plays Rescue Cat, but he is actually going second. Although the Metaphys deck didn't really do that much. Metaphys is like, it feels like a cool archetype, but it really needs like one more good, I would say it needs a trap card. It needs another like solid defending card because it has, I think, Metaphys Ascension. That's the one that like pops cards on your opponent's side of the field, but it's like a hard once per turn, and that's pretty much it. Or usually it's just one disruption. By the way, Pot of Avarice, I have seen so many games. Like, I don't know if people were skeptical of the effect of Avarice, but every time I see this card resolved, that player basically wins the duel because a lot of times they'll just recover their resources, they Avarice, they get more juice for their combos, and then they just are off to the races. Now, I'm not sure I like that. He could have used Crusadia Reclusia to just, I don't know, destroy Daedalus and win the game because his opponent has 8,000. I feel like he probably, with another Avarice, can find 8,000 damage. I don't like that he popped the Metaphys field spell, not my favorite, but he is going to use the second Avarice regardless, and he's going to try to find himself some more damage. World Legacy Crown, I believe that is, and he does a good amount of damage, but not lethal. See, this you could have popped the Daedalus and just won. Now, he is using Abyss Dweller, a card that is largely useless against the Metaphys deck, in all honesty. Although he does have a counter, but that's not it. He's going to go battle phase, realizes, oh crap, this is not it. Not attacking over these guys because this one might make me attack into it. This is actually the power play. He's going to use Called by the Grave on the Daedalus, and that makes it so the effect does not resolve. That was basically the game winner right there because usually Daedalus comes to the party and it just nukes everything. You see it summoning itself, trying to activate its effect. If it would have resolved, it would have hit 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, would have all been banished, and he would have almost certainly won the game. Now, he has Decoy Dragon, but honestly, Decoy Dragon is just not quite enough. Summoning Ragnarok is not what you want. You will usually want to be summoning something bigger than Ragnarok, like Tyrant Dragon, but I'm not sure that would have mattered anyways, because I feel like Avermax would have attacked in the Tiger Dragon, Tyrant Dragon regardless, and Metaphys just ultimately wins, ends up losing the duel. Honestly, it was kind of a pathetic performance from Metaphys, but you see how like Metaphys needs another defensive card because whatever it is that he was going for, where he was putting all his eggs in the Daedalus basket, it feels like a lot of Metaphys players do that, and then if it doesn't resolve, they just lose the duel. So it would be nice to have another way of like playing the deck, but yeah, this was honestly kind of pitiful. I know some of the Metaphys players are like, Cap G, this does not represent us. We are better than this. You guys are you're probably right. Anyways, if you enjoyed the duels, thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you guys have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.